focus.
It's not my fault I'm bad at history.
It's boring anyway.
It's due tomorrow.
I'll copy yours, yeah? I'm going out.
Sure.
Don't, Elsie. It's almost sunset.
And?
And something might...
There are bad men in the world, Elsie.
Wow, Melchior, I had no idea. I'll see you guys on the bus.
This is too hard. I'm never going to pass this year.
Hey, don't be stupid. We'll help you. Right, George?
Yeah, of course.
So, I had a thought today. Shame is something that we learn from each other, right? See, like, we all wear clothes, yeah? But let's say we were all together and we all got naked. Well, then there would be no shame in the act. Because we're all the same. It's a unanimous social action.
When I have children, I want them to sleep in the bed together so that they won't be ashamed in front of women.
But they would have babies.
How?
Well, if you lock a dog up with a bitch long enough, eventually the bitch will bear children. The children would work it out as dogs do.
Right. I'm going to go now because you two are not helpful.
See you, George.
Yeah, have fun doing the homework for Elsie. What did you dream of last night?
Of long legs in pink ballet tights climbing on the teacher's desk.
Sounds beautiful.
It was. Do you know how women get pregnant?
Yeah. Do you?
No.
I can tell you.
I'll never finish my history if I'm thinking about that.
Come to mine, you can copy my history, and Mother will make us tea and I'll tell you all about
I
reproduction.
can't. I won't be able to look you in the eye again. Can you email me? That way I can read it when I'm alone.
Sure. Have you ever seen a girl naked?
Yeah. Elsie was in the boys' changing rooms. I don't know what she was doing, but I saw...
Everything?
Yeah.
I'll email you now.
Thanks, Melchior.
Night, Morris.
No.
I ran into Venda in the forest last night. She smiled a lot. I asked her to lie down with me to watch the clouds. I don't know why. I watched her while she watched the sky, the rise of her chest as she breathed. I felt that stirring begin in the pit of my stomach. I said there was something I wanted to ask her. I asked her why she visits the poor. And she said because they had their money and food and that she was pleased to go. I'm not sure she understands the concept of pleasure. I said she shouldn't be pleased because the poor are sick and dirty and there are too many people in the rooms and the coarse men hate women for being the ones who don't have to work and all they want to do is... Venda's leg twitched. A break in her breath. She said that helping people gives her pleasure. So I asked her if she visits the poor to give herself pleasure. She said she can't help it if it makes her happy, and that I should try it sometime. So I tried to tell her that pleasure is more than what the church teaches us, but she laughed. So I asked her what she dreamt of last night. She said she dreamt that she was a beggar's daughter, whose clothes were torn and dirty. She would beg on the street all day and return home weary and cold. She relished in describing her physical discomfort. She said she dreamt that her father would beat her every night. And she tried to tell me of the other things that he would do, but she didn't know how to describe it. I told her not to worry. For people like that don't exist in her world. She said that no one had ever beaten her in her whole life. That she'd never felt anything. She said she tried beating herself, just to know what it's like. All she's ever been taught of is suffering. Fenna picked up a branch from the ground. It was very thin, the sort that sting. I said if I hit her with it, she would bleed. She asked me if I wanted to hit her. I felt that stirring in the pit of my stomach. She begged me, said there was no harm in it, that she wanted it, longed for it. She said, please. I hit her across the back of the thighs, lightly. She said she didn't feel anything. She asked me to beat her, and I did. It left this faint red line across the back of her calves, beautifully straight. She begged me. She begged me to hit her harder, and there was this look in her eye like she was challenging me, and I did. And each time she begged. Again, and again, and again, and hey, Marks.
Melchior, the Latin test is tomorrow. I've been studying and I can't remember anything.
Hey, calm down. Get some sleep. We'll go through verb conjugation on the bus tomorrow. It'll be fine.
I haven't been sleeping well.
What are you dreaming of?
Horrible things. I dream of hanging from the branches of a tree by a noose. The shadowy figures who whisper my name. I'm never going to pass this year, I just know it, and I don't know what my parents would do.
Hey, look, you're not going to fail. Okay, I'll help you.
I've started sneaking into the garden at night. I like the way everything looks under that strange blue silver light. Do you remember the story you told me? About the queen with no head?
Yeah, I do.
I keep imagining myself without a head. And every time I see a beautiful girl, I imagine her without a head. Of only being able to understand her through the words she paints with her soft hands and the patterns she traces with her soft feet. Just like the queen.
Do you remember how that story ends? The queen met the king with 2 heads, and then the wizard gave the queen one of the king's heads, and then they were married, and they were happy forever.
I didn't like the end.
Suit yourself.
Why didn't you come to the river last night? We said that we were going to.
I went for a walk in the forest.
And thanks for ditching me.
Sorry.
Were you alone?
Yeah. But I ran into Venla.
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. She was picking flowers.
That girl's a fairy tale.
Yeah, she is. I was in the middle of something, so...
Yeah, sorry. I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, I hope you get some sleep.
Night, Melchior.
I can't believe this, Moritz. You have been given every opportunity in life and you have squandered all of them. There are no more chances now. You were warned and you didn't work hard enough, and that's it. They've expelled you. You failed out of school. I can barely look at you. I am this close to throwing you out. You're useless. Moritz, you're fucking worthless.
Venla found me at the top of the stairwell. I knew she'd been looking for me. She sat down with me and we watched the sunset. I liked how the colours looked on her skin. Golden. I leant to kiss her, but she told me to stop. She was so skittish, like a wild animal. Her frown. I wanted to tell her to trust me, but I just couldn't find the words. I placed my hand on her heart. It was racing. She told me that kissing is only for people who love each other. And she tried to leave, but I said what she needed to hear. I told her I loved her. No, I've always loved her. I said I knew that she loved me too. She already belongs to me. I placed my hand on her heart again. Why are you denying your body what it wants? The stirring rose in the pit of my stomach. It grew. It burned. It felt like fire. I kissed her. She shouted my name. I put my hand over her mouth.
Dear Moritz Stiefel, it is with a heavy heart that I inform you of my inability to provide the money for you to travel to America. The funds requested are not at my disposal. Even if they were, I would not endorse such an ill thought out plan. It would be reckless on my part to be influenced by your desperation. If you would permit me, I can talk to your parents and reason with them. A young man is more than his examination results.
As to the threat to take your own life, I am surprised. I thought you a better Christian than that. To use that threat to try and gain money from me borders on extortion, and I am most disappointed in you. The world is full of trials, and if everyone were to immediately resort to that, there would be no one left to bear God's truth. I'll keep you in my prayers, Mrs. Gabor.
Hey, Moritz.
I've lost something.
What have you lost?
I'm not sure.
Best not to look there. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you still in school?
No.
Do you remember when we were kids and we used to play pirates? You, me, Bender, and Melchior.
And your mother would bring us warm milk.
How is Bender?
I don't know.
How's Melchior?
He's a philosopher now. Lots of big ideas. Are you at home?
No, I haven't been at home in a long time.
You're like a cat.
Mother would faint if I came home dressed like this. I'm at Heinrich's house.
Who's Heinrich?
He's a photographer.
Does he photograph you?
Yes,
How?
however he likes.
How did you meet him?
I was at a bar with my artist friends, and when we left, I lost them, and Heinrich found me.
Do you sleep with him?
Yes. There's a mirror over the bed. It makes the ceiling seem so high, like a tower. Just a reflection of my body hanging from the ceiling. I have awful dreams.
What do you dream about?
Things that might happen.
Where's Heinrich now?
God knows. He's probably out drinking. Do you want to come over?
No.
Why not?
What will we do?
Drink warm milk and pretend to be pirates.
I think we're past that.
We could go to the river.
No,
It would be fun.
I can't.
Okay. See you around then, Moritz.
Elsie? Next time I'll tell her One day, I'll keep a pony, a girl, and dress it in silk stockings and boots and a black velvet scarf. And then, in a moment of insanity, I'll take a pillow and smother her. I will scream. And they will talk of lust and sin, and I will smile in their faces. Oh, to be you, Elsie. Devoid of inhibitions, you take my strength away. I can't go to the river. It moves so slowly at night, like liquid metal, and the grass grows taller every time I go there. I don't want to lie in the grass and... Just imagine the look on their faces. Just imagine the fear in their eyes. You deserve it. You all deserve it. Every last one of them. Those fucking teachers deserve to rot in hell for what they've done. Those girls. The fucking girls who blush and cross their legs in class, and I just want to... My parents. Melchior's parents. You all deserve to... Melchior. No. The world shouldn't be without Melchior. I'm not sure he's enough, though. But what does it matter anyway? No one would notice if I was gone. The grass is taller than me. I can't see the shine on the water's surface. I can't watch it move. The moon's gone away.
Hi.
Hey, are you okay? I heard about...
Yeah. I'm okay. I saw his father yesterday at church. He said I was sorry about his son's passing. He said I must be mistaken because he's never had a son.
I can't believe that.
He was buried today.
I didn't know there was a funeral.
There wasn't. Father did a service, but he said people who die like that don't deserve a proper funeral.
We could sneak out and do our own funeral tonight, if you want.
Yeah?
Of course. I'll ring the others now.
I'll call Elsie.
Should we say midnight?
Yeah. See you at midnight.
See you.
Hey, Melchior. How are you?
Have you heard
Heard what?
about Moritz?
No. I talked to him on Friday, though. I invited him round, but he didn't want to come.
He's dead.
What?
He's dead. He killed himself on Friday night.
They can't throw him out of the school. Did you tell them that? He's a good boy, really. It was just a schoolboy's joke.
I did nothing of the sort. He deserves to be expelled from school. It is a good Christian school of God-fearing children with God-fearing parents, and the filth that he wrote has no place in that school. On Moritz Steifel's email as well, the boy killed himself.
Melchior cannot be blamed for Moritz's actions.
Oh, he could be, if the exact contents of those emails were to get out. He's a danger to everyone's children. That boy is going to boarding school. I am a kind father, but he has crossed a line.
How can you talk like that about your own boy? Let's keep him here. We can correct him. It is our job as parents to try.
That boy is going to boarding school.
You send him away. I will divorce you. He has done nothing wrong.
He has sinned.
He has not sinned.
He has sinned, I tell you, woman. This is not just an accidental misdemeanor, the accuracy with which the details of the creation of children are laid out. It is perverted. Imagine if he acted upon this knowledge he has acquired from God knows where. Imagine if he got some poor girl pregnant.
I still think...
He is going to an all-boys boarding school to learn some discipline, and that is the end of it.
Yes, dear. You know best.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel...
Hey, Elsie. How are you?
I'm fine. How's boarding school?
Cold and strict. What are you up to?
I was going to go out and pick flowers for the graves, but summer's over. Everything's dead. I'm just going to buy some instead.
It's nice of you to think of Moritz. Have you heard from Venla? She hasn't been replying to my messages, and I know she's probably mad at me for leaving, but it's not my fault. I think if I could just talk to her...
Melchior, I'm going to both of their graves.
Both.
I'm sorry, I thought you knew.
When?
He buried her a few days after you left.
How did she,
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
I went to the funeral. I'm sorry, Melchior. Heinrich's waiting for me. I have to go. Call me if you're ever in the city.
Elsie... Venla. What happened to you? I left. You were healthy and smiling. And the last time I kissed you, I ran my hands in your hair. I was coming for you. We were going to be able to run away like I always talked about, to America, to Europe, to the bottom of the ocean. I had kept my promise. Why did you leave me before I could... Venla. Moritz. That Moritz was thrown to the wolves for doing nothing but try. Venla was a rose. So innocent. And so fucking desperate for someone to tell her what to believe. Now fuck this. They never deserved this. Everything is dead. Withered flowers, frost creeps in. What am I meant to do? Without you. I could join you. Angels skimming the edges of the light, we could be together. I could kiss you. You'd carry me to heaven on silver wings. We could be anything together. We could sneak behind velvet curtains to watch the lovers blush and betray, see through the dark as the poet paints on his mask, taste the sweat of the prisoner as they toil in the sun, dive into the silver screen to trace her lips, watch the birth that brings children forth into the world, watch their parents berate them until they are grown, and then watch them go forth and do the same. We could play God and the devil together. We could watch and judge and get drunk on the hedonism of the world. Stop it. Stop it. Heaven is a myth, and hell is a fable, and you are naught but dead and buried. There isn't anything after this world. I'm not weak. I'm not going to... But without you, who am I living for?